your new Toyota Starlet Cross. Own it.
It is TV powered by World Sports Betting. It is good times. Co.za. Hello and welcome to a weekend. The work never stops. It's 1 week after another another. It's the CAF Champions League weekend for South African teams, Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. And interestingly enough, Orlando Pirates you could deduce that they're doing better than Sundowns so far in this campaign of the Champions League, although it's been a year that, it's the first year in a very long time that they even went to the group stages, but they've been doing really well. This weekend, Orlando Pirates are playing Khanyisa Mayo's Belouizdad. All they need to do is to draw and they will be in the next round. However, if Orlando Pirates loses against Belouizdad and Al Ahly, then it's a problem. But all they need is just 1 point and they will, on head-to-head, they would have defeated Belouizdad and drawn with them as well. Also, Mamelodi Sundowns are playing Maniema, a team that are the whooping boys from Ivory Coast. They are the whooping boys of the group. You would imagine that Mamelodi Sundowns go away and they get those 3 points. However, life can be complicated in Africa. So, you understand life in Africa? Let's start with Orlando Pirates. Maybe even before we talk about the game, it does look like they're having a much better campaign than Mamelodi Sundowns so far. Would you agree with that?
Mr. Gyokunjan Fit.
So and so?
Mbolse Stizi.
Just.
Mbolse Chairman, my chairman.
Junior Kanye.
Mbulisa na nemakhala, but then support njala iDiskiTV. So beya njobi njala ngichike food.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Gyo, it's refreshing after a long time,
Yep.
Mr. Gyo, to really see Pirates. They're doing so well. They're doing so well. Domestic, they're doing so well in the Champions League. And like I said, Uguti, for me, if they can get it to semi-final, that would be a win for me.
Well, at the beginning of the season, you really wanted them to do well.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's time. I mean, if you look at one thing, why I said that is because they've been consistent in the league in terms of being number two.
And winning trophies.
Yeah, winning trophies again. So they've got a good team. And they still have the majority of those players playing for the past 2-3 seasons, and they look very good for me. So I'm very happy. I'm pleased, and I'm not surprised to see them. The way they're doing in the Champions League. For me, I'm very happy. I just have one wish. One wish is that I wanna see what's going to happen in Africa when Pirates and Sundowns are in the final. That's my wish.
Well, I mean, everyone wishes that, actually. That would be a dream final. if Pirates can play Sundowns in the final, or even in the semi-finals, I know, of course, you can't tempt God. You know, you don't always get what you wish for. So even if we get them in the semi-finals, that would still be a blockbuster feature. Yeah,
Mr. Gay, because when I look at them, I'm like, okay, Pirates are doing very well this side. And Sundowns is, I believe in them.
Start.
Yeah, it's not the best start, but I believe in them that they will go all the way to the knockout.
At least to get out of the group stages.
Yes.
All right, let's focus on Orlando Pirates. So they're playing against Belouizdad. You remember when they went there, Muhaun Kota could have scored a hat-trick in the first half of that game. It's actually the reason why on head-to-head, all they need is a draw and they would have qualified. Because whatever points from that point of view. If, for example, Belouizdad continues to win their last game, it doesn't matter because on head-to-head, Orlando Pirates did beat them away from home. Let's look at tomorrow. How important, this weekend rather, I think it's on Sunday. How important is that fixture? And do you see Orlando Pirates coming up with all 3 points, or at least what they need, which is a draw?
Mr. Gil, it's I would say it's a do or die for Orlando Pirates on Sunday, and I feel very confident in terms of them going to win. And sometimes I always say it's good that they lost so that they can wake up, and this is what happened against when they played against Stellenbosch. They lost and then they went away to play against Mayo, and then they've won that side. And again, it happens again this week. They've lost now. Yes, so now they're going to face them again. For me, it will say to the players, pull up your socks. We are in a different level now. We can't afford to lose games. Yes, we lost. I mean, football, you win some, you lose some, you draw some. But now we need this more than anything else. As much as we need the league, but now when you look at Africa, remember, Mr. Nkewu, I always go back to say we cannot cry as a country and say we want to see Pirates and Chiefs playing AFL. But what are they showing? What are they doing to say the nation must stand for us to say so FL. But when they do this Pirates, for me, it's good enough. So it's going to be a tough one, Mr. Keo, because Nabo Umayo, they know very well
They played against Al Ahly and they beat them at
Yeah.
home. I remember I watched that game. It was on a Friday night.
Yeah.
They're not the best football players
No.
because they're a North African team and they always rely on influencing the referees and those dark arts. But they do finish. North Africans are very good technically in terms of shooting the ball. They do also have a central midfielder, the number 8, who's very good, knows how to dictate the game. Kanye Samayo has been so energetic. For me, I'm so impressed with him. The way that they want to play him, they're not playing him as a forward. He just gets himself there in those forward areas as well. What do you think will be the score prediction for Orlando Pirates, Belouizdad?
That's going to be a very tight one. I think if not Pirates winning 1-0, it's going to be 1-1. It's going to be very, very tight because I saw Umayo coming in and he gave us problems. And
he even scored on that
game. And you know when you've got a player like that, we all know him. He's when it comes to that box, if you give him a chance, he will punish you.
They also have Islam Slimani.
Yeah, Slimani, we know him.
They just need to feed him. He's not a good football player in terms of playing football. They just need to feed him. He's a good finisher.
Yes, so you just need to close the supplier. You know, I would say, you know, in this game, the coach needs to change the strategy. You know.
Does Pirates go for the draw because that's all they need, or do you have to go for a win?
No, they need to go for a win, Mr. Keo. You know, when you go for a win, you can settle for a draw. But if you go for a draw, it means chances are you'll go for the lose. So for me, let them go there for the kill. Go there for the win. If you go there for the win, one way or another is that, Mr. Keo, this game is going to be open because they're not going to sit. They will
they need
want
to
come to beat Pirates. And now chances are we're going to get 1v1. Mfukeng was going to get 1v1. Nkota was going to get 1v1. Mabasa was going to get a chance. Tito is back. It doesn't matter. He lost that penalty kick. And for me, it's one of the things that is going to bring the best out of him to say, look, I've disappointed my team, you know, the coach, supporters, the chairman. You know what, now in this game, let me at least come out and say to them, I'm sorry about what happened.
Final score prediction.
1-0.
1-0 Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, 1-0 for Pirates.
There you are, WSP.co.za, WSP.co.za. If you want to put a bet on these matches or the one that we've just spoken about now, we'll try as much as we can in the short amount of time that we allow ourselves to give you some context about the games. No one knows what will happen in football matches. Yeah. It's a waste of time. If we knew, we would bet and we would be rich and no one has to work ever again in life for good. So let's quickly talk about Mamelodi Sundowns Maniema. It would be a disaster for Sundowns if they lost this game. If they get out of the group stages here, it would be a huge disaster. It seems as though the standard for all Sundowns coaches is win the Champions League.
Yeah, Mr. Kewde, you know what happened the past few years. It puts pressure to any coach that comes to Sundowns now to say you need to win the Champions League because they've seen that they do have players, they've got quality. I mean, they've been knocked out to go semi-finally with inches. Not that they've been beaten like really out. No. With inches. And that tells you that whoever that comes in, he must come in and win us the Champions League. I believe Sundowns, you know, in football, Mr. Keo, Sundowns, they're walking like Kaiser Chiefs, where you don't understand what's happening. You remember when they went all the way to the final when I was saying, Chiefs are going to the final. They say, no, there's no way. They're going to hammer. They're going to be out. There's no way. They're not playing football. I said,
so poor.
Watch the space. And I see Sundowns doing the very same thing. They not look
but
they will get to the final. Watch the space because I think now it's a turning point for them. And this turning point is so crucial for everyone at Sundowns, the chairman, the coach, the technical team, the players. It's very, very crucial that they need to go there and win.
Final score prediction, Maniema Sundowns?
2-0.
2-0
Sundowns will
Sundowns.
win 2-0.
All right, there you are. Mamelodi Sundowns played against Raja Casablanca last week. And of course, there was a lot of drama, red cards, and so on and so forth. So some of those players will not be available. Umutau and also Albas as well will not be available for this game. It's the second last game of the group stages for Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. What we wanted to know about these two teams, especially for Pirates, we now kind of know. Because the question was, can Orlando Pirates play weekend and midweek and let it not affect their league or title chase? We've seen now for the first time that they played weekend and then they played midweek and they lost. Not that they were not good. They were good, but they lost. And then they're now playing again in the CAF Champions League again. Fortunately for them, there's no matches midweek. So we wanted to see how they're going to handle all of that pressure of the schedule. You can't postpone games for good. At some point, you were going to have to experience this. And it's not so bad the way that they've approached it. However, we'll find out more about these teams this coming weekend. It's the second last matches of the group stages. Who will come out of the group? Who will drop out from the group stages? Sundowns or Orlando Pirates? Let us know in the comment section. It is iDiskiTV, Times, also betting.